I like to think of myself as a little bit of an agony aunt. The way I've cried over some people was despicable. You can simultaneously like two people at once, and that doesn't take away from your situation with that person or your situation with that person. It doesn't matter if you fuck on the first date or the fucking 12th date. If they are gonna dead you off, they're gonna dead you off. Life is not this or this, like life is like this. Like if we're not, like if it's, let me tell you, being single is so good, so good. You will only be this young and have these opportunities once. You're gonna stop that for a man. You got kids, stress. You got a job, stress. Like we're on this floating rock for a limited amount of time.
Here I need you, yeah. Small just a little bit, change just a little bit.
This feels weird. Hello darlings, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Emma Thompson-Hill. Thank you for joining me today. And Girl Talk Court is in session. I'm eating grapes. Guys, we have not done a girl talk in a disgustingly long amount of time. But what did I tell you? They're coming back. 2023, the girl talks are coming back strong. So here I am with a girl talk. These are one of the first videos I started doing when I first started my YouTube, and I do love them. And I feel like I like to think of myself as a little bit of an agony aunt. So I'm gonna help you with all your dilemmas today. I don't know what we're gonna talk about because I put out a poll on Instagram. We have a lot of questions. So let's pick some and get through it. I've got me brew. It's a wholesome time. No wine today. It's only 5 o'clock, so brew. We're starting off strong with this one. How do you get over someone you thought was the love of your life? I've been in this situation before. I think getting over any relationship is very hard, but getting over someone where you were like, okay, I thought you were my person for life is a different type of pain. Like the way I've cried over some people was despicable. Like I would say for any breakup, getting over someone, I'm not gonna lie, you need to keep yourself busy. You need to do things that make yourself happy, better yourself. So I feel like you don't have to have like a glow up or no shit like that, but doing things that are good for you, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, it gives you like a healthy distraction to focus on instead of like ruminating, I don't know what the word is, whatever that is, over that person all day. Because you can, oh man, I used to sit in my bedroom, put on Jasmine Sullivan, Lost One, and cry, like weep, like actual pain. Sometimes I feel like with the person that I was like, okay, this is my person, that didn't work out. Sometimes I think, yeah, they might be your person, but just because they are your person or like the love of your life, love's not enough. And the church said amen. Sometimes love isn't enough. Like you might love someone, but if they don't treat you well, if they don't treat you how they deserve to be treated, if they do things that make you unhappy, it's not that they're not the one, it's just like that's not healthy and you deserve better than that. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, yeah, they might have been everything I wanted, or we might have shared an incredible connection, but that doesn't make up for, you didn't even say they treated you badly, but I'm just saying, this is something that I had to tell myself that some of you might need to hear. Just because you think they're the love of your life, it doesn't make it enough and it doesn't excuse their poor behaviour. So moving on, I would say keep busy. Whatever that might be for you, work, school, gym, like new hobby, going out with friends, like whatever it is. Like, I mean, obviously people go and have fun after a breakup, but do something that's healthy for you mentally. So journaling, meditating, all that kind of stuff, and everyone has a glow up after a breakup now. Like you get a haircut, or like you start doing this or you start doing that. Like I don't mean physical glow up, I mean like emotional glow up, because it's going to be hard. You might lie in bed for weeks and just be sad, and that's okay. You have to allow yourself to feel the feelings when they come. Suppressing your feelings is like the #1 worst thing you can do, because it just makes it last longer. You're longing it out for nothing. Let yourself be sad. It's okay. Like going through heartbreak is horrible, so let yourself be sad, and that's all right. But also let yourself have fun and let yourself do things and be distracted, because I honestly feel like distraction is the best. And I always say it in every girl talk, time is the biggest healer. As time goes on, you'll realize, wow, maybe that wasn't right for me, even though I really wanted it to be right. Just because you really want it to be right doesn't mean it's going to be right. Do you think you can be in love with multiple people at the same time? Yes, I do. I think people got this idea of like, if you love someone, then you don't have eyes for any other people, or if someone cheats on you, that means they don't love you. false, in my opinion. I feel like someone can cheat on you and this, that and the other, but that doesn't mean they don't love you. That means they have a lack of respect for you and a lack of respect of your boundaries and your unionship, but that doesn't mean they don't love you. Oh, no, because some of you girls are going to take that and be like, oh, you cheated on me, but it's okay because he loves me. Be careful with that one. I do think you can love multiple people at once, because the love you have for one person doesn't change because you have feelings for another person. You can simultaneously like 2 people at once, and that doesn't take away from your situation with that person or your situation with that person. That's my personal thing. Maybe that's because I'm used to dating multiple people at once. It's just how I roll, baby. So in my personal opinion, yeah, you can love 2 people at the same time. But that's sticky if you're in a monogamous situation, because I don't know. Is sex on the first date okay if you're looking for something serious? Ooh. This is a big one because I'm a very sexual person. I like to fuck. And there's this whole thing about, oh, if you fuck on the first date, that means they won't take you seriously. I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah? I fucked multiple people on first dates, and it did not hinder the situation going forward. I think you need to do what feels right for you. If you have a connection with that person and you think, oh my God, I really want to have this moment with them, do it. Who cares what society says? Same time, if you want to wait, that's so cool. It doesn't matter. But most guys, if you talk to most guys, and this is the opinion I think as well, it doesn't matter if you fuck on the first date or the fucking 12th date. If they are gonna dead you off, they're gonna dead you off. You know what I mean? If all they're after is sex, then that's all they're after. And it doesn't matter if you fuck them straight away or in 3 months' time, it'll show itself. I think obviously sometimes sleeping with each other so soon can hinder your getting to know each other stage, because you might go straight into the physical and then just have sex all the time instead of actually getting to know each other. So I think it is really important to have them conversations, get to know each other's personalities. But if you can do that simultaneously while you're sleeping with someone, do it. Because I think sex brings people closer together. And I'm a very passionate person. So if there's a connection and I feel the connection and it's like we're looking at each other, we know what's going on, why would I not want to sleep with you? Because beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, like sleeping with someone quite quick, I feel like if it's not good, it gets it out of the way. Because I'm not gonna lie, sex is a big thing in a relationship for me. Like if the sex isn't, like if we're not, like if it's, like I might really like you as a person, but if the sex isn't, when I say good, I mean everyone's good is different. I need to have a good connection with that person, like spiritual connection. So if it's not good, then yeah, I feel like, yeah, it lets you know sooner than later. But I know a lot of girls are not for sleeping with someone straight away, and that is so okay. You got to do what feels right for you. But I don't think it matters, because like I said, if someone's not serious about you, they're going to be not serious from the second they meet you. Like it doesn't matter if you sleep with them today, tomorrow, 3 months, like don't think about what society thinks or what you think you should do. Do what feels right. And don't put any expectations on a situation. You might sleep with them and then they might dead it off or not be serious. Well, that's their loss. Because if you're a great person, they're losing out. I know it's hard when a lot of people attach a lot to sex. So if sex is something that's more important to you, then you should probably wait. Is it normal to get bored in a relationship? I feel like it is, I'm not gonna lie. Because I feel like we go through seasons of life. Life is not this or this, like life is like this. So of course you're gonna change as people, and you're 2 people coming together. So of course sometimes it's gonna feel boring. Sometimes life feels boring in general. So if it's something that's bothering you, I feel like you can do little things to spice it up. I feel like date nights are so important to me in a relationship, like so important, because it allows us to spend quality time together in a way that's not just like sitting on the sofa watching Netflix, which is lovely, but going out and like going out is just fun. Like going out with your partner, like I just think it's so nice. Spice it up. Make sure you're going on dates. Like I know at the moment we're in the cosy lives. Going out is not cheap, right? But you can do plenty of things that don't cost a lot of money. Or you can even do like at-home date nights. Like go to Wilkinson's, get £10 together, buy some art supplies, have a sip and paint at home. Like you can get creative with stuff like that. You don't have to be going out to £100 restaurants. But I think it's normal to get bored in a relationship. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean you don't want to be with them anymore. That's just life. Life is boring, I can't lie to you. Being an adult can be boring. So ride the wave. I'm sure in less time than you think, it won't feel so boring anymore. I find it hard being the only one in my friendship group without a significant other. How can I get over that? I know that can be hard when all your friends have partners and they're always doing relationship stuff, but let me tell you, being single is so good. So good. You get to do everything that you want at any moment. I'm not saying people in relationships can't do what they want, because they can, but in a relationship you have compromise. You have to consider your partner in a lot of things. When you're single, you get to do what the fuck you want, whenever you want. That is so freeing. That's so good. All you have to deal with is yourself. You ain't got to worry about no one. And that is liberating, in my opinion. I love being single. You can talk to multiple people, you can go on dates, you can meet new people, you could just get up and move to Australia if you want to. You can go wherever you want. I think for a long time, people have this idea of like being single is depressing and yeah, it's lovely to share a human connection with someone. But boy, like doing things alone is so fun. But that's me, I love to be alone. Find your single friends, go out with your single friends, or like if you want to date, like I feel like dating is fun. Dating without intention of getting into a relationship, or maybe you want a relationship, I don't know. Dating can be so fun, and the end goal doesn't always have to be a relationship. As long as you're honest with people and say, I'm not looking for anything serious, like I'm just looking to get to know people. I love being single. But who knows, maybe not for long. Should I go abroad for a semester when I have a boyfriend at home? I'm scared. Fuck yes. Yes! Like, you will never get this time back, right? And I know it's like, everyone says, oh, you only live once, YOLO. But you will only be this young and fit and healthy and sexy. No, I can forget the sexy. But still, you will only be this young and have these opportunities once. You're gonna stop that for a man. Fair enough, you might marry this man, but you might not. And also, if you do marry him, you'll be thinking, well, I didn't go here. When you're 40 years old, you will be arguing about, well, I put my life on hold and I didn't go here and I didn't go there because of you. You don't want to do that. In a relationship, what makes it work more than anything else is having your own individual life aside from your relationship. I feel like a lot of people get together and they just become like this. And there's no separation. You need your own life, your own friends, your own plans without your partner to be sane, honestly. And that's what makes a relationship work, because you have time to miss each other. You have time to do your own thing, what you want to do. So I would do it. Travel, your boyfriend's gonna be there when you get back. And if he isn't, then fuck that guy. Because why would you, a semester is what, 4 or 5 months? Go. You will have memories that will last a lifetime. 100%, I would advise anyone to do that if they want to travel and their partner doesn't. Like, you can still talk to your partner. We've all got phones. You can call them every day. But don't let that take away from what you want to do in life, and to go and see things. Like, the world is so beautiful. Like, we're on this floating rock for a limited amount of time. 70, 80 years. Make sure you make the most of it and do everything that you can. Like, sit in your house and talk to a camera, like me. Been together for 14 years, 2 kids, work, house, bills. How do we get the magic back? I feel like this is really hard because this is just a reality for most people. Like, life is fucking hard. Like, you got kids, stress. You got a job, stress. Like, I don't know how people find the time, especially as I'm getting older and I see how busy life is. I don't even have kids. I don't even have a partner. Trying to fit in kids and a partner in that, I can imagine how stressful it is. And I honestly salute all parents out there, because that's probably like the hardest job you can have on the planet. And then you have to work another full-time job. Give me strength. The only thing I would advise, obviously I'm not in that situation, have never been, but what I can say is you have to be intentional about making time just for you two, because life is busy. I was literally saying this in my last video. Life is busy, but you cannot use that as an excuse forever, because it'll always be busy. There won't be a time where it's not busy. There might be times where it slows down, but life is always busy. So you have to be intentional about making that time for you two, even if it's just once a month that you say, okay, we're gonna have a date night, or we're gonna give the kids to my mum and we're just gonna be alone together. Like, you have to be intentional about that. And I feel like that will bring a lot of spark back into the relationship, because I can imagine you're both exhausted. Like, you get in bed at night, you just wanna sleep. Ain't no time for me and you time. Like, yeah, I'd say just be really intentional about that. Just as you're intentional about taking your kids to swimming lessons, taekwondo, judo, netball, whatever the fuck it is, be intentional about you and your husband's relationship. How to approach casual sex safely, terrified of being murdered. I shouldn't laugh. I should not laugh. That's not funny. But I completely understand what you're talking about. So say if you're on dating apps and stuff and you're gonna go on a date with someone, or you're gonna go meet someone with the intention of sleeping together, make sure a friend always knows where you're going. Me and my friends have our location turned on our iPhones, so you can go on, find my friends, and you can literally see where they are at all times. Make sure someone knows who you're with, where you're going, you know, all of that, just for your own safety, so you feel better. You can share your Uber ride journeys with your friends, stuff like that. If at any moment you feel unsafe in someone's presence, leave, because it's not worth it. It's not worth you stressing. So I would say that. I have casually dated for a long time, and I've never had a situation where I felt uncomfortable or unsafe. I think obviously there are a lot of horror stories out there, and those things do happen, but they are very far and few between. I wouldn't advise to like directly go straight to someone's house the first time you meet them. I would definitely advise going on a date. So going on a date to somewhere that's open, or like a restaurant, somewhere where there's gonna be people around. Also FaceTime. Like if I meet someone on a dating app and we start chatting, I would usually just go for a first date before I go on FaceTime, but I'll find a way of finding like their social media or something to make sure I know they're real. If I have doubts that they might be a catfish, I will FaceTime them. And if they won't FaceTime me, I'm like, yeah, this is fishy, I'm not going. So I will kind of always make sure I know that I've got their social media, so I can see that that's actually them. And obviously you can tell what's a real profile and what's not a real profile, come on now. Or I will FaceTime. Yeah, there's definitely ways around it. I think it's better to build up, like get to know each other first before you sleep with each other straight away. Personally, I wouldn't sleep with, I've definitely done it before, but I wouldn't sleep with someone that I met on a date and I like go straight to their house kind of vibe, because that terrifies me. I would way rather go on a date first, get to know them, see if there's a vibe, because when you're talking to someone on message, like you can't tell if there's a vibe. Like if you go straight to their house and then you're not feeling it, now you're in this weird position where like you came over for sex but you don't want to do it no more, and then that can be very uncomfortable and also dangerous. Make sure you meet them first, or have some sort of FaceTime situation going on. 20 and 28, how much of an age gap is too much? As long as everything's legal, age gaps really don't matter, I don't think. Personally, this is just me. I've got like an age limit. I wouldn't date anyone younger than 23, but that's just me because I feel like I'm quite mature. I just think about myself when I'm at 21 and I'm like, yeah, like the maturity wasn't there. So I have like a limit for myself. I don't date anyone below 23. I like to date older, in all honesty. I've dated a guy who was, let me think, 38 or 39 when we met. He was like 13 years older than me at the time. So it's whatever feels right to you. Like if you get on and you're two people that get on and everything's cool, like age does not matter. I don't think it does anyway. As long as you're happy and they're treating you right, then go ahead. Being with my partner 2 years, but I've not orgasmed with sexual intercourse, how to approach this? Ooh, this is a good one, because I am not someone that reaches climax quickly. So you have to, I have to, you know, put in work. Not only me and them. It's a joint teamwork. Women have been conditioned and grown up with this shame around orgasm, and like, you know, sex isn't for a woman to orgasm, it's for a man to orgasm. So I feel like that can be really hard, because I think from a young age, when we first started having sex, like it wasn't about us coming. Like sex was over when the man came. You know what I mean? If you're in a straight relationship. Because the way the girls get down, that's not how it goes. You have to have honest, transparent conversations with your partner about these things. Because I think sometimes people don't get it. Like if you're in a straight relationship, sometimes men do not get it. Like, babe, I want to come. Like I want you to make me come, and I want us to experience that together. Some guys will care more than other guys about making you reach climax, but some won't care at all. So I think definitely, if you know what makes you come alone, introduce it into the bedroom. If you masturbating makes you come, introduce it into the bedroom. If you using toys makes you come, introduce it in when you're together in the bedroom. It's so important. And I think what we fail to realize is you might feel a bit embarrassed, but you doing something to yourself that makes you feel good, like that's bound to turn your partner on, no? I think you just need to sort of face the fear and say to them, I want us to try this or try that. So all you can do is experiment. I think what's so good about being in a relationship or being with someone you're sexually comfortable with is trying new things together without any sort of shame or any expectation, just exploring each other's bodies. And I think like being in a relationship for a long time definitely gives you that. So yeah, try some things out. If you know, like I said, if you know what is the key to unlock the code of orgasm, do it in the bedroom with your partner. make them watch you do it and then be like, okay, I want us to do it together. He seems really into me, but only sees me once every 2 weeks. Lack of effort, thoughts. As I'm getting older and as I see that life is busy, sometimes it be like that. It doesn't mean they don't like you, okay? I was dating a guy who we literally only saw each other like once a week, or the thing was we weren't sleeping together a lot, so that we went weeks without sleeping together, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I feel like he likes me, but we're not doing this, we're not doing that. Then I had to check myself and be like, Emma, he literally wakes up at 6 in the morning, goes to work, comes home at 5, like is exhausted, goes to the gym, makes dinner. Of course the boy just wants to sleep. Like, who has time to fuck in between that? I mean, I do. I mean, this question isn't about sex, but I'm on a tangent now. I'm using that as an example to say that life can be busy. If they're putting in their effort with you, like texting you on a daily basis or calling you on a daily basis, then you know they're into you. I feel like it's okay if you're talking like every day or like phoning each other and you only see each other every 2 weeks. Yeah, it might be annoying, but he's still putting in the effort to show you that he cares and speak to you. If you're only seeing each other once every 2 weeks and you don't talk in between that, like it might just be casual, and that's okay, but that doesn't sound like what you want. So I think it's definitely worth bringing it up. Conversation, like, and communication can fix so many problems that people have. Like, just be honest. That's my main thing, and there's not a lot that won't get fixed if you just be honest. Getting married in July. Best cheap lingerie for size 18-20. Can't break the bank. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Asda does sick underwear, like really nice, like cute lingerie. Definitely try Asda, and I think they'll go up to like a 24. Obviously I want to say things like Savage Fenty and Summers, but they can be more expensive. ASOS has some cute sets on there. Yeah, I would honestly look around the supermarkets because you'll be surprised. They do some really nice lingerie. If you want to splash out a bit more, I would say Savage Fenty, because predominantly most of my lingerie is from Savage Fenty and I really like it. They do different things that you wouldn't see everywhere else. When is the right time to make things official, or does it even need to be said? This is very personal for everyone. The kind of person I am, I'm a slow burner. I don't want to rush into shit. I've rushed into relationships in the past that ended up being bad and gave me trauma. So I'm very much a slow burner kind of girl, low and slow. I've been dating a guy now for like 4 months, and you know, we've had the conversation about where it's going, and it's like, I really like you, this is going well, let's carry on and see how it goes. And I am happy with that, but I feel like it depends on what you are happy with. You need to make them aware of how you feel and how they feel about relationships and all that kind of stuff, because I think it's really important to have them conversations so you both know each other's headspace and you're not like longing for something that they're not into or might take them a long time to see if they want to be in. I don't feel like labels ruin things, only if you rush into it. If you take your time with it, then I don't think a label will ruin anything. But as like, if you're just dating and seeing each other, nothing needs a label. Like, you might have a mutual understanding of, okay, I'm not seeing anyone else. It doesn't need a label if you don't want it to have a label. When it feels right, it'll feel right and you'll know. When you're pretty much already acting like you're together, like fully together, then you know, like, yeah, it's not gonna change anything. Let's do one more question. How do you overcome the feeling of shyness or embarrassment when it comes to masturbation? This is a really good question. I have never really felt shame around masturbation. I'm quite fortunate, like, it wasn't something that was discussed to me when I was younger. It wasn't a thing of like, you can't do this because it's wrong. I know one of my friends from uni, like, her grandma had told her, you can't do this because you'll go to hell, like it's a sin. And I can only imagine, like, she had never masturbated before until, like, we all spoke about it when we were at university, and then, yeah, like, that was like the first time she'd ever masturbated because she was told not to do it. And it makes me really sad because it's something so natural. Sex has so much shame, and I think with our, like, parents' generation, our grandparents' generation, even more shame. Like, now we're a lot more liberal, we talk about things a lot more, but it is still underlying, especially from a religious point of view. And I do class myself as a spiritual person, a religious person, and I'm under, some people might not like this, that are like die-hard Christians or whatever. I'm under the attitude of, God made me this way. And so if I was made in his image, nothing that I do is wrong or shameful or bad. And I think people like to push their own agenda on you and mask it with guises of religion, etc. Everyone's spiritual relationship is different. I'm just using that as an example because I think a lot of the time people are shamed with sex and masturbation with a religious intention put on top of it. Removing the stigma and shame from it is a big thing. And I think we were made this way. Like, women have clitorises for a reason. Like, it's the only thing on our body solely designed for pleasure. There's no other use to a clitoris other than to give you pleasure. And like, that was put there for a reason. It's completely natural. I think that's the big thing to know about it. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything shameful. You're enjoying your body and enjoying yourself. And I think that is so important in creating a good relationship with yourself. When you love yourself and give yourself loving and attention in that way, you're strengthening your relationship with yourself. Does that make sense? That's how I feel anyway. Like, that's me giving back to myself. When I'm stressed, I've had a really bad day, or I'm, you know, feeling like shit. If I have some alone time with myself, if I masturbate, like, I know that's gonna make me feel better because that's me being intentional in pleasing myself. You just need to remind yourself that there's nothing wrong with it. Like, everyone does it. Maybe not everyone, but everyone has the means to do it. And that should tell you enough in itself how natural it is. So I would say just try it. Try it and see how you feel. Doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. Doesn't mean you have to use toys. Like, literally just try it with your hands. See how it feels. See if you like it. You never know until you take the leap and try it. And it might feel scary, but if you're in the comfort of your own home, where you know, like, no one's gonna barge in or anything like that, make sure you're comfortable and do it like that. It also really helps to completely relax yourself, because I know your mind might be whirring with loads of things. Like, listen to some music, or listen to, like, they do like audio stories, like sexy audio stories. You can listen to one of them to sort of take yourself away from yourself, like create a little fantasy land. So yeah, I hope that helped. Okay guys, that's the video. That was our first girl talk of the year, the first girl talk in so long. I really hope you enjoyed it. I feel like we had very good questions. So we will be doing these going forward. Don't worry, they're not going anywhere. Let me know if you liked it, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Love you guys.